From the Detroit Free Press, it's Friday, April 9th. Here are today's top stories. Presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Bush's has over 4,000 Michigan products, including the freshest fruit and vegetables, meat, seafood, and baked goods. Stop by one of Bush's 16 locations for the personal service you expect from your neighborhood grocer.
This is J.C. Reindl for the Detroit Free Press. It's illegal in Michigan to call up car crash victims within 30 days of their accident and solicit them for medical or legal services. But some scammers are still doing it. Detroit resident Todd Harrison recently encountered a solicitation scheme after his 19-year-old daughter was involved in a hit-and-run accident near the Southfield Freeway. A mystery caller called him up the very same day as a crash. He answered the phone because a caller ID said it was Feiger Law. But little did he know that the scammers were impersonating the law firm and that the real Jeffrey Feiger had nothing to do with it. The mystery caller tried to get Todd and his daughter to visit an address on Woodward Avenue in Huntington Woods for a consultation. But Todd and his daughter discovered it was all a scam, and they did not go.
I'm Susan Tompor, and I'm a columnist at the Detroit Free Press. Did you receive a paper check in the mail for your stimulus? If you don't have a bank account and you call a local party store in Metro Detroit, you'd be shocked to learn that you could spend around $60 or more just to cash a $1,400 stimulus check. Many people who don't have bank accounts are paying that kind of money. But there are many options now. Several low-fee accounts are being offered through a Bank On initiative at various banks, including PNC and Flagstar. A certified Bank On account makes it impossible for a consumer to overdraft and trigger those sky-high fees that keep many people out of the traditional banking system. The monthly fees are low, too. They can be $5 or less a month. But you might also want to shop around for some one-time options. Chase Bank is offering to cash a stimulus check for free for non-customers. And Kroger is offering to cash government checks at no fee. Roughly 8.8% of households in Metro Detroit do not have what financial experts call the first step toward economic inclusion. They don't have bank accounts. The FDIC has a new program called #GetBanked and is promoting ways to find affordable banking accounts and avoid those extra expenses that are associated with being unbanked.
I'm Sue Solaski, Detroit Free Press food writer. Matt Prentice, a longtime Metro Detroit chef who once ran more than a dozen restaurants, has died. He was 62. Prentice died due to complications from a recent surgery. He was known for jump-starting the careers of many Metro Detroit chefs. More recently, Prentice partnered with Mary Liz Curtin of Leon and Lulu in Clawson, opening the Three Cats Cafe in the trendy retailer. Curtin says Prentice was a wonderful teacher who was generous with his time and skills and leaves an enormous empty spot at Three Cats. Prentice was also known for his charitable work, including working with Cass Community Social Services, a Detroit-based nonprofit. Prentice became a prominent figure in Metro Detroit's dining scene in the 80s. His restaurants earned favorable reviews from food writers. A service is being planned at a later date to take place at Cass Community Social Services. Prentice is survived by his 4 children, 1 grandchild, a sister, 4 brothers, and nieces and nephews.
I'm Andrew Hammond for the Free Press Sports Department. It's time for a road trip. After a day off, the Detroit Tigers are back in action for their first road series of the season. Starting today, the Tigers will embark on a 10-game road trip that starts in Cleveland, heads over to Houston, and ends in Oakland. It is early in the season, but both Cleveland and Detroit find themselves at the bottom of the AL Central standings. The Tigers will have a significant boost on the bench to start the series. Pitching coach Chris Fetter will be returning after being away from the team for an extended period of time due to a positive COVID test he had just days before the end of spring training. Game time for this first game is 7:10 p.m. at Progressive Field. Zach Plesac is on the mound for Cleveland, and the Tigers will trot out Julio Teheran.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com Detroit.com/special offer.